Good morning. I know not a lot of people here today. We have about, good morning, everybody, again. We got about 15 minutes, a little bit less, until Waka Spiritblade goes on sale. Now, luckily, as you can see, I have a pretty good stake of SPS, and I hadn't been selling all my vouchers because the team told us over and over again you want to have vouchers. I did sell about 100 in the last few days because they pumped the price and I only needed 500 to try to buy one. I'm not very hopeful that I'm going to get one, so I won't be super disappointed if he sells out immediately. But I am at the same time hoping the team did do what they said and a whole bunch of bots just don't swoop in and buy them all and list them up on the secondary market, because I do believe they'll be much more expensive than the 5,000 SPS and 500 vouchers on the secondary markets. But we will have the wax drop coming, so we'll be able to see if they go what price they end up being on wax. They haven't announced that exact price. It'll be in the wax token, and one of the bummers right now is it's not easy to get your DEC or your SPS turned into wax. And I have the feeling that if this sells out really quickly, it'll be sold more like a collectible over there and be more expensive, to literally give the players who had the vouchers, did it through Splinterlands, an opportunity to just flip the card on wax and make money, and at the same time make extra funds off of the card over there. But we'll have to see what ends up happening. I hope you're all doing pretty well. Yeah, thanks, Darren. We'll have to just see how it goes, right? I don't know what's going to happen here. It could the site could crash. There could be some annoying DOS attack on the site if people really think these are going on, or this drop could go way under the radar, because I realize there's a lot of stuff, real life stuff going on in the world, which is why I'm not super overly excited. Here I am trying to buy a card. A lot can understand. Well, there's literally people dealing with war in the world, and it's a bummer for the world that that's going on. And I wish this ends in a better way and things can get figured out. But unfortunately, we're still at a time in the world where there's tensions between countries, and I don't think most of the normal people in the countries feel that same way, but yet we still are stuck with those kind of bad situations. Thanks, Glenn. Hey, our faded glory, good to see you. Thanks for coming and checking out my quick little live stream. It'll be a relatively short one today. If I can get Waka, then I'll definitely play with him a little bit. But it's Friday morning. I work from home, but I do have some work to get back to. But I'm like, hey, I'm going to try to buy him. Why don't we go live, see if we can have a little fun if we get him, kind of show him in battles. If we don't, we can all have a little sad moment together, and maybe I'll play a few fights just while we talk about, wow, how cool is this for Splinterlands? This was a good promotional thing. I think one of the things, we talked about this a little bit last night in that live stream I did with Luke on his channel. We were live for about 2 hours just talking about the game. It is a long time to listen to, but if you're interested in just two players talking about where the game is, where the game might be going, it's definitely worth checking out that video. I know a lot of you follow him already, so I didn't really link that in the description, but it was a fun time just hanging out, talking, and stuff like that. Yeah, no problem. I figured it's a good thing to stream, right? Because, here's the thing. If somebody like Waka, who I've heard is kind of a B-list rapper, and I didn't know who he was, can make a card that has a lot of utility in a game, it's like a double win, right? Because it shows you that somebody who is a star, who does have some reach, but maybe isn't top of mind, can still make a partnership with Splinterlands, have a card created, drop it into the game, have it sell out, create himself some hype that he can go, look, my Splinterlands card sold out in 1 minute or 10 seconds or 1 day. I don't know what it's going to be. But you still have a chance to get it on wax, and then you get to promote both of those chains, which will be fun for him to kind of branch out from. It looks like he's like an ETH kind of guy at this point, and but it will show people like, hey, out there in the world, if you're kind of maybe a B level star or an A level star that is into crypto and stuff, it's not all about the ETH chain. There's this other thing you can get. And I mean, personally, what would you rather do? Like, if you were somebody who was kind of famous, do I want a Steve 82 PFP? Nah, I want a Steve 82 summoner in Splinterlands that has an amazing ability and people will be using on a daily basis to earn money within the game, rent money within the game, have all of this utility. Oh, and if you don't want to do that kind of stuff, then you can just use it on a Snapchat flex on people to go, look what I have, when you throw on this crazy mask when you're in your Snapchats with people. Now, I've never got into that Snapchatty thing. I'm a bit of an old fogey, I don't TikTok, I don't Snapchat. I don't really Facebook anymore because no one else does. But, I make my YouTube videos, I play Splinterlands, I'm in the Telegrams, I'm in Discords. So maybe if I have this mask, I'll have to find a way to use it and have a little fun with it at least once or twice. Let's see what you guys are going up to. Yeah, Jeffrey, from what they've said, we just wait for this timer to end and then a buy button will show up on the page. They didn't explain it super well how this is going to work. And so I have no idea what I'm going to have to do. I know you need 5,000 SPS. I have 7,000 liquid here. You need 500 vouchers. I have 569. So there should just be a buy button. And then my Hive wallet, I'm signed in. I should probably get maybe some kind of notification in that to confirm a transaction or something, and maybe it'll just pop into my inventory and we'll go. Also, maybe the site gets laggy in about 8 minutes. I have to try to refresh or do something, and by the time it shows up, it says sold out. That could definitely happen if somebody figured out how to buy this card with bots. Now, they said they were hiding the contract. Like, it wasn't public how you would be able to buy these with bots that would basically just do JSON transactions. But if somebody figured it out there, they could try to buy up all 500 of these. I would say the voucher market fell back down, so I don't really know if there's a whale who was coming in to try to buy these up, like all 500, because if it was, I wouldn't have expected on tribal decks. Let's take a quick look. Maybe I should double check that, because let's see, did vouchers like really spike this morning? Did somebody come buy a whole bunch? Oh, tribal decks is having an issue. So maybe that is showing that we might have some problems. Oh wait, there it goes. So tokens, vouchers. Okay, they're number 2. They spiked back up to $2. But I mean, like, even if you bought like every voucher right here, that'd only be about 4 Wakas. So if somebody was really planning to buy like 100 Wakas, I would have expected this price to get pushed up a lot more. And I would have expected the volume here to be really big. Is this the 24-hour volume though? Really? Like $73,000? That's pretty big. I have to admit. How many vouchers is that if they're $2? 73,000 divided by 2. Gosh, why did 36,000 vouchers, divide that by 500. That's 73 Wakas. So even $73,000 in volume is only enough vouchers to buy roughly 80 at the most Wakas if they got them a little bit under $2 on the vouchers. So the voucher market is what theoretically could protect this from selling out quickly. Let's see. I'm just checking chat really quick. Thanks for all the good luck I'm getting from everybody. Yeah, they did hide it from the bot creators. The one thing about a bigger team in Splinterlands, it takes one person telling one friend, hey, here's how you can get it, to where the bots could try to get it. But one of the things is, the bots, a lot of them live in the ETH world, and like the Solana world and like those bigger chain worlds, I don't know if that many of them are like lickety split on how to buy on Hive, how to use the JSON backend, and how to interact with Splinterlands at an API level and everything like that. So there is a chance that this is going to flip over here in 5 minutes, and I'm just going to be able to buy one because there's just not that many bots who have figured it out how to do it and how to get the vouchers or really see it as a for sure thing. Yeah, you're right. Like if they were planning to try to do a big buy, then they would have theoretically tried to buy their vouchers up before. But as you could see, I mean, the market never went too crazy. I mean, this is the only day it had a big candle. And if we look at volume, so today volume is actually one of the higher days, and that was like 73 wakas. So has have enough vouchers moved since the announcement to buy all 500 wakas? Yes. But when it's like this over these days, it makes me a little bit more hopeful that it is people, Splinterlands players who were, maybe people who had been selling vouchers going back into vouchers, a few players who really want this card, getting enough. Now, definitely, I thought about trying to get 1,000 vouchers and a little bit more liquid SPS, and I would have been able to try to get two. And with the express, idea that I could resell one of these, I decided not to do that though, because the risk to reward on that of spending that extra money to buy vouchers that should drop in price after this, and and getting all that extra SPS, and then maybe not being able to get it. So I just figured, you know what, my stake has earned me enough SPS, earned me enough vouchers. I get a free shot to try to get myself one of these to use. So I'm going to be online. I'm going to be here, and in just a couple minutes, I'm going to try to get one. Well, the vouchers will probably drop after Waka, because right now, if I don't buy Waka, I have 569 vouchers, and the voucher price is, sitting here with a bid. I could come fill this bid, right? Sell all 540, pick up 1,000 Hive, and if there's a lot of people who miss them like me, and the price just plummets, then I can just rebuy my voucher somewhere down here, and I just pocket like 400 Hive on a pretty easy one-day trade, because I'm not going to be, if I don't get it, I'm not going to be the only person that's sitting here with 500 vouchers who doesn't get it. There's going to be a lot of people, because that probably means somebody figured out how to get them on the back end. They disappeared within literally under a minute. And there's a lot of people sitting on a lot of vouchers who don't need them, at least not right now. So that's why they might drop, Glory. Hey, thanks, Andre. It's almost time. Thanks for hanging out with me. I got 19 of you hanging out here for this last minute 42, right? And is it going to be like a, hey, let's keep on streaming and try out Waka, or is it going to be a walk? Talk to you guys later. I am going to be doing my town hall recap, because I watched the town hall yesterday, so I'll be recording that and posting it later tonight, which means if you haven't entered on the Hive post, make sure you go to that post. There's a pinned message and you can enter, because I'm going to go ahead and pick the DEC winner tonight. And it's a little bit early because I didn't actually do it last time till like the weekend, but I'm going to be trying to move my recaps to Thursdays, because it is pretty important I think to try to do the recap the day after it. So if there is any important information, you get it before the weekend, and it's just a little bit more fresh in my mind and things like that. Interesting. My timer says 40 seconds. My watch seems to say 40 seconds. I think my timer is correct. Obviously...
There are no timers set.
Yeah. Tell Siri to be quiet, guys. No. Hey, what's going on, Mohammed? We're just seeing if I get a Waka. And if we get a Waka, we're going to go ahead and try to use him. So let's see what happens. We got 20 seconds here, guys. So I might be a little quiet because I have to try to buy and make sure I'm not looking at the chat. 10 seconds. Ooh, this is exciting. First promotional card with a artist by Splinterlands. So this is kind of fun. Okay, we hit 0. All right. Pay with SPS and vouchers. I did go ahead and do a refresh there because the page did not automatically go through. Now we'll see if this actually works. Purchase successful. I got one. Didn't get a gold one. Sorry, Glenn, you didn't pull that magic. So that was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and hit back and see how the sale's going. 98 remaining. So that means that we had 400 grabbed immediately, and we'll see how quick it goes. Interesting on the sale page. This I kind of like. There doesn't seem to be a way to have bought 2. You couldn't change this. They didn't announce that, but there was no way for me. So I'm kind of glad I didn't try to do that, because I would have been sitting here going like, how do I change this to 2? How do I change this to 2? I hope if some of you are trying to get it, you got it. I'm pretty happy. Let's go to my cards. Let's go to that death team. Let's go to those summoners. And look, there he is, Waka Spiritblade. As you can see, I maxed out my Thaddeus. I don't have the dice summoners maxed out, so I can't use oysters or any of them in the diamond leagues when I'm playing. But let's go see if we can't try Waka out. Unfortunately, I have a water quest, so we won't be able to quest while using Waka, but maybe we'll get to see him in battle. Yeah, I expected it to go super fast, and I feel very lucky to have one. After we do a match, we'll see if we can use him. Obviously, since I'm not on a death quest, the death team might not be available. Also, he might not be the best for only one rule set, and that's Noxus Fumes. Okay, we didn't get Noxus Fumes, but we also didn't get the death team. So we'll go ahead and try to do part of my water quest. So odds in water, odds in water. Is there good mages who are odds? Most of the mages are not odd. So we're going to go for a Bortis deck. And we're going to put the 2 of you at the front. And then we're going to put you on the board. And you on the board. We have 4 mana left. 4 mana left, which means I can't do a 5. I have to do one more 3. I could use her just to make them hit a little harder. Archers can attack from the front. Let's go ahead and put him on the board. That's kind of a play just to prevent any mages from destroying me on the other team. And then we'll make them a little slower. All right, this is a really weird team. You know, I'm trying to pigeonhole. That was not a good thing for me. They went for a negative melee, and I have these 2 guys trying to kill the back row. They're going to try to kill my back row. They have a speed. I have a slow. They have a sniper who's going to be trying to hit my dodge guy over here. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think most likely I'm gonna lose. But if there's some luck on my side and there's some misses by the other team, I could maybe take this. Ooh, I got a poison. So that poison was good because now his sniper's not going to get a second chance. Do I get another poison? I got another poison, so even though his sneak monster killed mine, he's going to die. Now he doesn't have any more offense, and I'm going to pull this off because I have an archer who won't die to the thorns. Wow. So that little team worked. Got to win on that water quest. Yeah, let's go check his value on the market. We'll do that. I just was giving some time for some people to list them. Legendary Death Summoners. So you've got 19 that went up for sale. The cheapest one is now 2,500. So somebody's trying to undercut. You're going to see this is probably, this is going to be the cheapest he's going to be, is probably around this 2,500 range. Maybe somebody will undercut a little bit more who got two and is trying to pull it off. It doesn't look like there's any gold foils. Oh yes, no gold foils of him even on the market yet. Now only 20 people got a gold foil, so you'd have to decide that you got one and you want to actually sell it, and that's like kind of dangerous. If we go to dragons, the card that I remember Dwayne told us we should relate this to is Selena Sky, because it's a 3-cost legendary summoner with a pretty good ability. Now, is he a little bit more rare than Selena Sky? In my opinion, he is, because you can only get him at max level, so you can't get a level 2 gold of Selena Sky, because this card, if it was 4 BCX, would be a $20,000 card, right? And there's only 2 of these on sale, and they're only level 2. So a gold Waka who's going to be level 4, you'd have to imagine that he's going to be probably listed around $20,000 to $30,000, which is pretty crazy. But I just feel like that's where he's going to be, because you don't really see listings of maxed level. Like Kitty, you're thinking, but Kitty's only 10, but that's for a level 2. You would need 4, so Kitty's really a $40,000 card if you wanted to get a maxed out gold one. So that it's pretty amazing. All right, let's go ahead and do another battle. Let me just check the chat here. Oh, Darwin, that's a good one. The gold players still need to recover from fainting. Yeah, my reaction, it would have been a little wild. And obviously, I probably should be super happier. There's a card out with only 1,000 copies, and I got one. So I should probably be a little more row. It's just a hard day to do that. In the back of my mind, I know there's a lot of crappy stuff going on in the world right now. So rawing is a little hard. Oh, we got a game. We can try him. 19 mana. So this is kind of an interesting match because it's super sneak, and it's also, what is this one called here? Spreading Fury. The one where everybody is enraged. So you kind of want fast monsters or you want mages, because you don't really want to be missing a lot. You also, creatures with phase, like usually here, Nightmare is like a great card to use. With 19 mana, he might be a little expensive, but I'm going to give him a shot. Now, he'll be in the front row, and he'll try to poison the front row person, and then anybody else on my team is going to be trying to sneak. So I want to look for somebody who's like kind of quick. The Spineback Wolf, I don't have leveled up that high, so he might not be the best one. Let's see, who might be a good one. It's kind of funny that like sneak monsters are already like a good option for super sneak, right? I could put out the Cursed Wendeku. That's an interesting one, because then if he super sneaks, I have Thorns. That's a lot of mana, though. Maybe I should be looking for something a little cheaper. I know something I could do. I could throw him at the end, even though he's not that fast. He's shielded, so he won't die super fast. I like mages because they can't miss. And the Darkest Mage will take away any armor from them. We'll just go ahead and do this to slow him down. And then we'll do this to hit a little harder, and then this one to maybe get a little bit more misses on the back end. We'll see how this goes. Not really the best mana set. Also, I think Waka's kind of fun thing to try is to target a lot of different monsters. And in this case with Super Sneak, I couldn't really target a lot of different monsters, because I wanted to try him out with like a sniper, a sneak monster, an opportunity monster, maybe on the same team, to see if you could Noxus Fumes the other team. In this case, I ran into somebody that has a very powerful card in this front position. He's going to speed it up once, twice, and he's going to slow me down. I'm going to counter his one slow, but only counter one of his slows. My guy's naturally faster. But he only has one person that's going to try to attack here. And then he has the back row here who are going to be coming to here. The real question is, am I ever going to be able to hit the Serpentine Soldier? Because he has dodge and 6 speed. So that could definitely be a problem. Of course, if I hit him just one time, maybe I poison him, right? So we'll have to see here. Again, this is kind of an interesting one. We get that blast there. That was pretty cool. Now I have the 9 speed, but see, he has 8 speed. I didn't get any poisons yet, so that hasn't actually... Oh, there's one. I got a poison. So now my 9 speed is going to matter a lot because I'm going to kill him. Don't retaliate. He didn't retaliate. That was pretty lucky. The fact that he didn't retaliate is probably going to help me win this fight. The fun thing here is I'm going to get a hit the chicken, and blast damage is going to hit the back row. And now mages don't miss. So we got to win. Pulled off a good team. Didn't really show off the poison spectacularly there, but it was, not a bad one. Who will be the next celebrity promo card? I don't know. They do have the new dealership with Warner Music, so you could probably look through some of their artists to see if maybe they would try to get a deal through to get one of those. Okay, we got a no healing, and we have odds, and we have 50 mana. So let's see if we can use Waka in kind of a fun way here. So odds. 50 mana means we do want a relatively strong tank. Let's go ahead and try this guy. And we want a healer. Oh, wait, no healing though. So we want a repair person. Oh, there's no good repair people, though, except for, where is he? I'm blind. Okay, Scalvo. So now we can repair him. Okay, now we want some high-level monsters. So, okay, we got an opportunity monster, so that's another attack point. We can do a sneak monster, so that's another attack point. I don't know if there's a good sniper to use on odds at 5. Is there a sniper to use? There's not a really good sniper there. There is a sniper here at 3 mana, but in a 50 mana match, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm probably going to put in somebody relatively big to attack the front row. So we'll put him in. And then we'll put him in. So that's 49 mana. I'm putting the portal guy at the back. That way if they have a sandworm, the sandworm will hit him and only deal 1 damage. Or if they have any really big sneak monsters. Lyra will speed us up a little bit. Gorgon can't miss and should hit really hard. Legionnaire has a lot of armor. The Scalvo will repair the armor both on Jhin and Legionnaire. He can't be targeted because of camo. It's an okay team. I don't know if it'll be good enough. And Poison's probably... It's interesting to try to figure out when Poison is super effective. I don't know if 50 mana is spectacular or not. I still do like that it's a offensive move for the death team. This is the one big thing I've said about this card they've never had. All their summoners are debuff the other team. This is the first time they have a summoner who gives their team an offensive boost. So some of the death cards are already kind of physically strong by themselves because they normally can't be boosted by summoners. So now you give them poison, and it's like an already relatively offensive cards with really cool abilities now also has poison. Yeah, I got one. Thank you, Butters. Thank you, Marlon. I got one, and I'm playing with it. And so it's pretty fun. Oh, we didn't actually get to see him in battle. I guess Aussie Ninja didn't want to be famous for losing to a Waka. I don't know what happened there. If you wanted to see who got one, you might be able to find that in Peak Monsters. Maybe they'll put out a post with some information. All right, so here I can't use Waka. We have Magic Armor, so let's do a Kelia deck. 23 mana. Okay, let's try this. You. Oh, I still need to max out my Deep Lurker. And then we have 4 left. I want him. Yeah, we'll try this. I actually Gank got a gold foil Waka. Well, congratulations to Gank. He got super lucky. I'm happy I got a regular one because really the gold one would have been tempting to sell. And if you sold it at the wrong time, you might make a big mistake. Cool. No joke. I would have loved a gold one, but I'm happy that Gank got it because I believe Gank's a player. And as long as the golds didn't go to flippers and they went to players, congratulations to those players. They got rewarded. And for anybody out there who's like, the Splinterland team doesn't do enough for us, the voucher drop you saw, I was quick on the mark. I was able to get one. Oh, not a good combo going against. That's a really bad counter for me. A really bad counter because the splash damage is going to kill my healer. I didn't play an armor card. I took away his armor, but he's going to just pop my healer right away. He's going to splash damage all over the place. He's not going to have his armor, but he's got these 2 idiots that I'm going to try to kill first with my 2 sneaks. The 3 is not going to be enough. Oh, well, then again, I'm going to have armor and a speed boost from Kelia. So let's just see what happens. This might not have been the best team. He also debuffed my oh no, but see, he cleared away the armor on there, so he has repair for the armor. Okay, now we should kill that guy, so that gets our strength back up. Okay, we didn't miss there. We got a nice hit there. Okay, the blast damage there though, that's rough because that's going to take out 2 of my people. Oh, that miss too. That miss was devastating because I would have got a sneak attack against the spy and possibly killed him. Do I have... Oh, and he got a poison. So, see, the spy could have died last turn. He wouldn't have landed that poison blow. And I might have been able to maybe steal this one. But ran into a Jotun, not good. I only got one. I was only trying to get one, Splinterlands Jericho. I didn't decide to try to get 2, and 2 would have been hard to get because I showed on the stock page when you could actually buy it. There wasn't an option to buy 2. They didn't announce that, so it was pretty interesting. They're not letting me use my Waka. Those evil people. The people want to see Waka. Do. Okay, we'll give this a shot. Yep, I have one, and I'm trying to show matches with him, but I'm on a water quest instead of a death quest, and I can't seem to get Waka allowed except for in a game where Ozzy and Ninja quit. We did get to see him in one battle, and I won that battle, but the poison wasn't super effective in that battle. My team just kind of won it anyways. They killed my chicken. I think magic attack right here is going to be enough to win this fight for me. I have the heal in the front. He has no reflect. His armor's not going to matter because I'm doing just magic damage. And yeah, they're just not going to have enough damage to kill. It's kind of an interesting take to use on these small matches. Right here, there was a chance I was going to miss a couple attacks, but I was going to be okay even if I took damage back. But Backfire, he didn't have it, so it was okay. Death Team's going to be banned. Do people really think it's going to buff it that much? Because it's... I understand that poison can seem kind of devastating, but on any blow that doesn't kill a monster, poison doesn't matter. Ooh, I poisoned a guy, he died. Doesn't matter. There you go. Death Team is just not being allowed. Let's see here. We have no legendaries, so we'll try Waka with this card, and then we'll double heal him up. And then we will be sneaky little sneaks on the back. And then we will add in you and you. Oh, I had 2 extra mana. Oops. Could have maybe spent a little more mana. My mistake. Hey, what's going on, Typical Gangster? So we're happy and celebrating that we got Waka. We're laughing because the game won't let us use Waka. So far, I've only been able to try to use him twice. One person surrendered. We beat the other guy. Then we didn't get to see it. So look, he used all of his mana. So he's probably going to win. Yeah, I could have definitely done something a little bit better here. Also, like, he countered the idea of me going sneak monster pretty well. Oh, and that miss there, that was pretty devastating. Don't miss, Serpent. He's not missing. You need to not miss. Don't miss. There we go. Got him off the board. Okay, wait. We could still win this, maybe. Okay, just maybe. We didn't get poisoned, so that was big. And then they have the thorns, and I have the double heals. Ugh, I would have loved to miss there, but I still think I'll be okay. Yes, victory is mine. Sometimes you know, the Serpent is a tankier guy there. I thought actually I might lose that battle, but it worked out in my advantage. Maybe I will get my quest done here. Yeah, I did. I bought him. I can't use him yet. Do you really think they disabled him, Glenn? Did you see them say that? I'm not getting him at all, but that's kind of typical. Okay, so now we need to be slow. That's interesting. And then you want... Who do I use? What do you guys think? Ulrich? Is there slow mages? Slow mages. There's not that many slow mages. There's you, but you cost a lot. You cost a lot, and in Equalizer, I don't want to give the other team 12 health to a bunch of little monsters. Okay, well, you two are pretty good. And giving you the two of you a lot of life, that's kind of cool. And then we have the Dwarven Wizard. He can be up front here. And then if we go 1 cost, we can put my shielded that guy, and then a healer for him. And then we can weaken them. And we'll put him there. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hey, I'm doing pretty well, Astro Robot. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I see there's 33 of you here now. Sorry, this is kind of a mellow stream. I really just want to use Waka and break down how good he is, and I can't use him. So if somebody can confirm that... well, the only reason I didn't go for fire there, Jock, just to answer you really quick, is because I'm water questing. So I'm just trying to... If I can't use Waka, I might as well try to quest. But the... Oh, and look, he used a good counter to... Wow, what is he going to put on the board? He used a 7-cost summoner? His team's very similar to mine. But I don't have any archers, and I'm using magic attackers, so this might work? I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Ooh, he got a poison. I got a poison, but that's not really going to matter for him because I'm going to kill his. But that does... Oh, wait, but I'm going to heal. So at least I took one more attack. And I do have some armor on some of my monsters. He doesn't have any healers. Oh, but you know, the good old... Oh, that was a good poison there on that attack. Oh, it didn't actually matter. But their poison did. But it looks like I'll take this. Because we both have a Dr. Blight at the end. But my Dr. Blight will beat his Dr. Blight. Because he's got some blockers in front. Though, his Dr. Blight is just fire with those poisons, huh? Almost on every attack. There, mine got one. Thanks, Llama. I got one. I'm really happy. I'm accidentally winning with water because they won't give me death. I'm on a nice little streak here. I do need to actually play and try to push up to champion. I've been kind of lazy this season, and I'm still sitting in Diamond 1 with 4 days left. That's pretty bad for me. I usually like to be in Champion 1 by now. I mean Champion 3. I can't even make it to Champion 1 anymore. I'm hoping that maybe a card like Waka can give me some more ways to win. I've also leveled up most of my Chaos Legion cards, so I'm going to do a push for Champion 2 this season. I have to actually level up my Obsidian. That's one of my last ones I have left of the new ones to do. And I think maybe my Tarsa. But I was working on the epics. I did level up all my legendary Chaos Legion. All my epic are now leveled up on Chaos Legion. And I felt like those were the most important. And then I'll work on the commons. But I will go ahead and spend the money to get my Obsidian probably while prices are down. Let's see. Oh, obviously we're going to try to use Waka. Okay, you gotta like when you get the aim true when you're not allowed to use archers, right? That's always fun. So only 15 mana. This is an interesting one. Normally on death, we would try to do the auto death team on a low mana like this. So we'll go ahead and build the auto death team. If any of you haven't seen it, I'll show it to you. This is the auto death team minus Thaddeus. So if you had one more mana, you could do Thaddeus. And so you're lowering their life, you're lowering their life, you're lowering their life, and you're doing a redemption. Now, the way to counter this is if they run Lorena, which they can do, or they run more than one armor buff, which you can sometimes do on green. And this is actually getting pretty well known, so people try to counter it. But now I'm doing it also with poison. I might as well throw my silencer on the board too. So we'll see what happens. Because now if it gets countered, and green can counter it with him because he can, if he played double armor, then I won't be able to get through his armor. Okay, he didn't counter it exactly, but he did play... a pretty big beastie card that won't be affected by it, but we should take out most of these cards when he kills my cursed slime ball here. You know, Llama, that's not a bad idea. I like, okay, we got a poison. Woohoo! That's going to be helpful. We're going to see that redemption is going to take out a lot of his back row monsters. But it didn't take out his healer. And my sniper... Get a poison. Yes, he got a poison. I don't know. I might lose this one. The one bad thing is he used a big tanky person, and the auto death thing didn't work to kill his healer. And I didn't get an affliction. So I didn't actually... My Dr. Blight didn't get that affliction in place until now, when it's too late. So as you can see, while the poison did work and I got some poisons in places, they healed through it because the death team can do that, and I ended up using too much magic there, and so it just was a pretty good counter for my deck. Get one llama? I don't understand that question. I've had a maxed out llama for a long time. Um, yeah, I'm really bullish on SPS. That's why I don't sell it. I stake it. This is the first time I've used some of my rewards to buy something, and I'll do that if they release special cards. Um, but I'm not gonna do. Oh wait, he has poison. Is there a different card to use? Maybe. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I love using all these mages. Actually, wait. Where's the that one? All right, and then all right, let's give it a shot. Obviously, I'm still learning how to use Waka. We'll have to see if this kind of stuff works. I do usually like left death in low mana teams, but normally I would do exactly what this team did because Exploding Dwarf is just overpowered in this mode. And this guy too is really good, and they combo really well together because they're both so fast. So those two things are probably going to just absolutely destroy my team. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get some luck here. I don't expect it. I think I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered because he's going to trample. The redemption is at least going to hurt them, but without enough weekends of life, it doesn't really matter. See, and oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Have a laugh at me, guys. I totally ignored the infinite trample. So you got to see what an Exploding Dwarf can do when you have infinite trample and equalizer on. Tried to use Waka at one of the times I really shouldn't have. All right, so this time everyone's a sniper and we need to be slow, but I can't use Waka now. Awesome. Everybody's going to be a sniper. We need to be slow. Jotun's on the board. Let's try a deep swimmer. Deepy swimmers. Okay, so we will use him. Him. Let's see. You. Should I put the Wave Brood on the board? That would pull attacks to him. He has close range. He taunts, so the Torhiho won't get hit first. I have Rivendell to repair armor, though. So if I use him, is there a card that I can give them armor with that is not stupid to use? See, no. I don't like it. I want to use something else. I just want a big mage. I'll put her in front, put him in front, and then we have 5 left. Oh, but I could give armor here. But see, I can't use that with the other one. I already have armor. Do I want to give armor to everyone? Or do I want a healer? I want a healer, I think. Oh, Little Deep Swimmer is going to give us all armor. Yeah, I'm going to go with this team. Thanks for... Yeah, the Wavesmith could have given the armor. I forgot Deep Swimmer will give me the armor anyways. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously, we got a scary guy right here. I'm hoping maybe I get some stuns on him and we kill him before he can go all nutso. Let's see. So this guy can't attack in this mode, I don't think. Dr. Light is going to be a bit of a bastard if he gets his affliction early and his poison. He won't attack round 1. I do have Void here, so these magic attacks aren't really scary. This guy's relatively weak. But we're going to be snipering, actually, everyone. So we're going to be hitting back there. No archers, though. So my return fire trick didn't work. The blind is interesting because it'll at least give me a chance to have some of them miss. So we did pretty good there. Now he's ready, but hopefully, yeah, we stunned him. We're gonna get a bring back to life there. Yeah, I think actually when you're using Grum here in this sniper mode, if you don't play anybody else to attack the front row with him, you're actually setting yourself up in kind of a bad position, because normally you would be able to help him weaken somebody. So that's probably why they ended up losing that match, because they didn't, if you're gonna play a Grum, you want him killing people, you want him going beastie. You don't want him chilling in the back row. I mean, chilling one-on-one, fighting up in the front with somebody who he can't kill very easily because they're getting healed and other things like that. Okay, no legendaries, no armors, and we'll do one more Waka game, 32 mana. This is an interesting one. So let's use no legendary. Ooh, what tank should we use? 32 mana. Who could be a kind of beefy tank who's not legendary? Should I use Nightmare again? Because you're supposed to have. Ooh, I could do an Undead Rex. That's kind of a card people don't see very often. I think I'm gonna use a Nightmare. Okay. I want to do a slow because Nightmare's fast. They don't have armor, so I don't need to take away armor. Okay. I want people that attack other positions. But we don't have our legendary monsters, so that's making things a bit harder. I do know one I want. So I want a Silent Shiv because he doesn't normally have poison. Now he does. Let's see, we're attacking the front with 2. We have a sneak. We can have this magic sniper on the board. So now we're gonna hit front, we're gonna sneak, we're gonna sniper. I just don't know if they have a good opportunity monster at this mono level. Let's double check if I'm forgetting about somebody. Yeah, I mean, I could use maggots. And then that leaves me with 5 mana. So on the 5, I could put a healer on the board for the Nightmare. Or I could Soulstorm. What do you guys think? Healer or Soulstorm? We'll see if I see anything in the chat really quick. Oh, Carnage Titan? I think he's going to be a pretty amazing card. I'm leaning towards Healer. Okay, I think the delay on the chat is going to put me in a bad position. So we're just going to throw the healer on the board. We'll put the Magi last. And we'll see how this goes. All right, so this is an interesting matchup because I was actually wondering if Waka might be a bit of a counter for Lorena, because you can still poison through armor and through shields. I didn't use any ranged monsters, so that's an advantage to me. He used a couple slow magic attackers, and I have a phasing tank with a heal. He is, though, double healing and cleansing his front row position while making all of my people attack him. So this is one of those decks that says, haha, you can't kill my my shield bearer. But he played that in a match where you're not allowed to have armor. So I don't know if that's going to work for him. So we're going to have to see here. There, I got a poison. Now, the poison in the cripple aren't going to matter as much because he has a cleanse. At least in this beginning. But there's those magic attacks that missed. And then I'm going to kill him. He doesn't have a resurrect. There's a poison on the sniper. There's a poison on the front row. We'll see if we get a poison on the sneak attack when it goes off. Oh, wait. That one went off early. There's a poison. There's not a poison, but there's a poison on the sniper. We are seeing this. Maybe not the best example, but there's a poison that went off. And a pretty dominating win. I do think that was an interesting deck to try by the other side. That would be much harder to deal with if he had his armor. So... Hey Luke, thanks for replying on my post and everything. So it's been about almost, we're coming up on an hour. I'm probably going to be ending the stream for now because I do have to get back to work today. I got my Waka. I'm pretty happy. We'll go ahead and claim this quest. I could try to fight into champion, but I don't know if I'm going to have time today. So we'll just claim this one. We'll see if I win anything. There'll be upcoming episodes on the Gold Steve account. I'm going to be doing a recap of where that one is at, how it's doing as far as earnings and everything else. We'll see if it's worth more than $150 or not. Got 2 gold cards and an epic card, so that wasn't bad. I'll take that all day. The 2 golds, even if they're common, are nice cards to add. You can rent these out really easy, get some passive DEC coming in. And Urias is an awesome little card in the new set. He adds into all the sneak decks, both the Killia sneak deck and the Death sneak deck, that are both really good. So he's an absolutely beastie little card. So that was a cool one to pull. Yeah, I think that was a good example of kind of how I think you should play Waka. And it's interesting because it's counterintuitive to how I would normally play. Normally, I want to connect my attacks all snipers, all sneaks, all front row, or at least 3 snipers, 3 sneaks, 3 front row with maybe 1 sniper to try to snipe out a person. I do think that Waka will counter armor decks and Lorena decks, which have been really frustrating because you can land those poisons on other places. Obviously, a taunt monster is a decent counter to Waka because you did see, at least in the beginning of that match, that I couldn't poison anybody in the back row because all of my monsters were taunted into the front row. On the flip side of that, maybe they help kill that armored monster a little bit faster if they can land that poison and keep it. But I do think that a double healed, cleansed, armored up a tank right there it took me a little longer to kill. The real thing is, though, with the Nightmare dodging those slow mages, he didn't have a good way to kill my Nightmare with my single heal on him. But if he would have got lucky, landed a couple hits, he might have got my Nightmare off the board, and then my damage output would have been down pretty severely. So it could have went the other way for sure. Yeah, bye everybody. Thank you. If there's no quick chats, questions, or anything else, I am going to start going live more often where I have my bot set up to do giveaways and stuff. To be honest, guys, I'm still learning how to do the live stream stuff. I'm still learning how to set up the bots, how to set up the stuff. I want to do some interview stuff, kind of like I've been doing on Luke's channel, and bring on some people like maybe that do stuff on Twitch. I know like Zerging Gamer, Game Boy Ali. I want to bring Ashley on the channel. I want to give them to have chances to kind of boost their thing. And I like the fact that most of us are starting to work together, because if we can all build our channels, all kind of introduce more people to the game, hopefully bring more people in, keep telling our stories. Our stories are all a little different, right? I got into the game early. I wasn't a whale. I was a krill. I was putting in my disposable income, like Luke talks about, $20 to $50 a week into the game. Not a week, a month. Eventually, I made a couple big buys when I started to see that this was really working, because what really changes in your mind when you get into it and you're putting a little bit of money in it and you're playing it, and then a couple months pass, and all of a sudden, if you've been doing your share your battle post, you've been doing those things, you go, wow, I have a Hive account worth like a couple $100. I have a Splinterlands card account worth a couple $100. And I feel like I only put a couple $100 into this game. That's interesting. And then maybe you start to look at it more like maybe I can invest more of my money into this game. And then if you're somebody who doesn't have that kind of disposable money, you're not living in a country yet where you can really make that kind of extra money, then hopefully you can play at the bronze and silver level, but use those posting opportunities, join the discords, get into the community where we can vote your stuff, we can move it up, we can give you a few extra dollars on the Hive side of things, and maybe you just cash that out if you need it. That's up to you. But hopefully you can take some of those earnings and put them into the game to make it even a little bit easier for you. Getting one level 2 summoner will change the game a lot for you. If you can use him, getting 2 or 3 of them will make it so you can just dominate bronze all day. So at least when you play, you're winning and having fun and earning rewards, as opposed to maybe getting frustrated playing level 1 bots with level 1 cards. And that's not really going to be a fun thing for anybody. I'm still, hopeful for the game. I'm still relatively bullish on the game. I've been buying cards, not selling cards. You can see on my peak monsters. we'll just check that out really quick. If I go to my account, here's all my bids that I got filled recently. Completed. I'm still trying to get... Well, I need to cancel this one. People weren't selling me Temporal Masters, so I just bought them. But I've just been completing all of these within the last couple days. I picked up some O'Shaughnessy's at $5.40, which was super cheap in my opinion, even though I know he got a little bit cheaper than that for some people. And I'm just starting to, build up a mass amount of cards because I want to be ready for when land comes out. And I'm pretty sure when land comes out, a large amount of cards are going to be needed to be staked on lands. And you're going to be rewarded more for using leveled up cards. So there's going to be a new class of player who are the players who decide they want to take part in the land side of the game. It might be more similar to an idle type earning game where you're checking in on your land once a day. You're making sure things are going on. You start transferring things here and there. You hit a craft button to make an item and it takes like a day to a week to make. We don't know yet, but it's going to be somewhere in that world, and you're going to need to put monsters on it to work. And if the monsters are higher level, they're going to work better and do better. And if those cards you can craft are very rare and very impactful to the game, people are going to want to level up cards to put on their land, and that's where we're going to see things start to change in the market. Because like I was talking the other day off stream, me and Luke were chatting for a little bit. If you look at the market and you go to any of these cards, you're like, wow, there's 12,000 Pelacor Mercenary Conjurers for sale, right? But then you go and you look at him leveled up to max level, and that takes 400. And then you go ahead and you pull up that calculator, and you do, 12,000 divided by 400. That means there are only 30, that's right, 30 max level Pelacor Conjurers for sale. And so that 12,000 number looks big because people don't, I'm not on the market. People don't really level up their cards that much, right? You get this to level 3 if you're a bronze silver player. You get it to level 5 if you're a gold player. And then you just kind of start selling the cards or holding the cards because you don't have a reason to go any higher than that because your summoners aren't higher than that, right? But land people will have a reason to get a maxed out Pelacor Conjurer because he's cheap. And a max level Pelacor Conjurer will probably mine just as well as any other common maxed level card. And that's what's going to push all of these up to a new floor because people are going to want them. And if there's 150,000 lands and this only makes 12 max level monsters, well, you can see what could possibly happen there because this one only makes about 12. This one 30 and 30, and this one maybe makes 35 because there's 14,000. But then go ahead and look at something like Chaos Legion ones where there's only 2,000 of these cards for sale, right? So that's even less full level cards. And that's what I think a lot of people don't fully see in the market. They feel like there's an abundance of cards, but if people start to be driven to really level up their cards, to stake them into land, or in the new reward system to get much better rewards if you can make it up to those higher tiers of the game, well then this stuff can disappear quick because if just one or two people want a maxed out card, they have to come and take 25% of what these things that are on sale. a cheap card that can heal on fire. Um. Oh, you mean like Cerberus has auto heal? That's an interesting one. There's not a lot of fire cards that auto heal that I'm aware of. And let me think. Besides Cerberus, Cerberus is probably the best one, but he's not cheap. I should have stayed on the market. If you go to fire, you're not really gonna see heal as an ability really on any of these cards. Self healing, except for Cerberus. So he's pretty unique. That could be something like keep your eye out for that coming to the game, possibly in the Dice Edition. I don't see that. I don't know how expensive this card is anymore. The Beetle Queen is a healer, but she's not a healer until 5, so she doesn't heal at low levels. So really a low level healer, the only thing you can do is play Cerberus on fire. That's why usually on fire I don't go for that. I go for shielded tanks. So I run lava a lot, and I think like the new tanks to use are this guy right here, the Antoid Platoon. And then if you go to this set, I mean, obviously it's Living Lava. And then Tusk the Wide. Because, I mean, he's just got so much life and void. And then, like, he can power up your other sneak monsters and stuff like that. So I think those are the best ones to use right now. Grum is interesting. I mean, he's fun. But, oh, I did level up my Tarsa. Cool. Oh, I got to get my Molten Golems. Yeah, I missed out on a couple rares. Let me see. What rares haven't I leveled yet? I still got to get a couple more strikers, a couple more golems. I need a couple more of these ones, a couple more Windekus. So I'll do a little bit of shopping here to finish these off. I was doing them in order. So I got all my legendaries. So they're all maxed out now. And I got all my epics, so they're all maxed out now. And then now we're going to finish off the rares. And then the commons. And I'll have my first complete max set. In Untamed, the dirty little secret about my set is I didn't finish off the commons. Like, I didn't get the Cobalt Bruiser. That one I don't care that much about. But the one I wish I had done is the Goblin Thief. I didn't do him. I didn't do the Biceratops. I didn't do the Elven Defender. I'm working on the Parasitic Growth, but I still need like 80, and they're expensive. 70 of them. I do have like 15 of them right here, but I was waiting for somebody to sell. Like, the bummer is some people are selling 100, but then if I were to mix them with mine, I'd be over. So I'd be like burning 20 cards, and if not, they're $1. So somebody sell me some cheap Parasitic Growths. I need like 100 of them. Do you sell a legendary gold foil card now to try to level up your deck? If you're, I would say yes, as long as you're comfortable with knowing that you are sacrificing late term value for early term value now, because like this is what you'll have to remember you're doing. So you're basically going to trade the hope. So if we go look at gold foil legendaries, right? You're going to trade a card that's worth about $100 that could become worth, I don't know. What would you say fiends are equal to? I think fiends are kind of the weakest one, because you only want one, or you want a maxed out one. You don't want like a couple or a level 3. But maybe $1,000 card, right? You're trading that away. And you're trading it away right now for around $100. But if you spend that $100 on the really focus on these legendary and epic cards that are selling for like $1, and you get a lot of these cards to say level 2, maybe you skip Marcelia because she's $24 right now, and if you don't play green, you don't really need her. But you can get a couple chaos dragons, get that one to level 2 if you like the dragon team, or pick like the legendary on the teams that you like and get them to level 2 or level 3, because a level 2 or level 3 legendary are really impactful. If you're only in bronze now, you probably only want to push them to level 2, and then you want to get your epics to level 2, and that's really what's going to separate your deck versus other people in bronze and early silver, is that you have level 2 epics, you have level 2 legendaries, because the rental market doesn't have a lot of level 2s for rent. Most people who are renting out those cards like to rent them out as level 1s, because realistically they're saving them for when they go up in value, and you get the most value when you sell them individually. Usually when you have a card with a multiple BCX, you discount it a little bit on the per BCX value to go ahead and sell it, and then you take a little bit of a hit, whereas if you were to sell 5 individually, you'd get more money. So that's why people don't level them up. That's why it's harder to rent level 2 legendaries, level 3 legendaries, level 3 rares, and epics. And they're more rare, they're not as easy to get, they're more expensive. So if you have those in your deck, when you fight people and your forgotten one is 2 and there's 1 and it's a mirror match, you're going to win every time. If you have a level 2 Magi Necrosos, I think he will kill the other team's one because he's faster. Your every one of your cards will always have a slight advantage over the other side, and statistically, you will almost always win if cards are similar and yours are higher level. Yeah, I mean the reason why for me fiends are just not gonna ever hold the same value as the other ones is because they're just as so. If you get one, okay, now you've got a zero cost marker monster you could put on the board. It's not okay. One advantage to a level 1 chicken that a lot of you should know is if you get one level 1 chicken and you play it on the board, it is got no attack, so you can use it in the front position to take a melee hit away, the last position to put a sneak monster away, and the second position to take a sniper blow. So the chicken can take attacks from any monster in any position you put him, and if you put him in the front, he'll be the first target for opportunity. These guys, even at level 0, they have an attack, all of them, so they can't be a sniper shot mode, and they have 2 HP, and as you level them they get 3 HP, so you can't always use them to take a hit on opportunity depending on who you're trying to protect. So the chicken is the best card in the game still. It just one chicken at being just I'm gonna take a hit for you, you're gonna put me somewhere and I'm gonna try to take a hit, and if you give me armor I might take 2 hits, and if it's reverse speed I might take 2 or 3 hits because my 1 speed is gonna dodge. That is the chicken's role. The fungus fiends and the fiend series in general, they are amazing because they're a 0 cost debuff. This is almost like giving a summoner a second ability. Now, given in some mono matches, you don't want to put a 0 cost card on the board because it doesn't make any sense, and you can use some 6 or 7 cost monster that has the slow ability, and so you don't need the fiend. But this is really, really dynamic and really, really useful in those 14, 15, 13 mono matches, but only really if you push them to here. If you throw a level 3 fiend on the board and I throw a level 4, I kind of laugh at you because I got an ability and you don't. Oh, there's some kind of issues with challenge battles. So that's just something I know about the game. And the other thing is, in non-legendary modes you can use a chicken, so you're always going to be able to use your chicken. Now chickens are expensive. $30, so that is much more expensive. It's actually almost the same cost as getting like a level 3 fiend, but like I said, the 0 cost, 1 speed, 1 health, you put him in any position and he's going to be the first target on the board, so he's always going to take a hit for you. Now I accidentally actually leveled one up, and I've been debating renting this card out or taking it off my account and just having this chicken, because a leveled up max chicken that I did, this was probably the most wasteful thing I've ever done. I didn't think about it, and once you have it, this chicken, I'm not allowed to use the other chicken. I can't actually use this one in a match. They don't let you use a lower version of a card you have. Hey, yeah, no problem, man. I hope that was helpful. Thanks. I know a lot of people left because I said I was leaving, and then I answered a few questions, so I stayed a little longer. My long-term thoughts on SPS, if you're still around, Harry, I've said this in many videos. In a bear market, SPS to me is worth $1 a coin. In a bull market, it's worth $3 to $5 a coin. This won't come into effect until everything is built out and in the game. We need actual validator nodes up and running so that people need staked SPS to vote for who gets to be the 21 validators. I would love to be a validator, but even me with 200,000 SPS staked is probably not going to be enough to make myself a validator without getting a few of the whales on board with me being one. So if you're a whale out there and you watch my channel, let me know if you would vote for my validator, because I do want to create one and be a validator, but I don't know if I will get enough support from the overall big players in the community. So we have that battle, and so you're going to have some big accounts that want to be validators who have to buy a bunch of SPS to make sure they can vote their validator into the top 21 so they get paid for running it. Then we're going to have staked voting and governance once those are live. And now if I have a account worth hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, like there are some accounts out there, and I'm holding lots of Yamas and Yodins and stuff, and you put up a vote to nerf my Llama, or you do a vote to nerf my Yodin, well, I don't want to let that happen if I'm a huge account with a lot of money. So now I have to make sure I have enough SPS to shut down that vote and make sure you don't debuff my great card. Or, you know what? Maybe there's some super rich people that just hate Lamacron so bad that they're going to buy up enough SPS to go ahead and nerf Lamacron. And that's where the weighted voting for changes to the game is going to come in. Now, obviously, the team has said that we get, like, some control. Can you nerf a card? Sure. Can you, like, delete a card from the game? No. So you could possibly change them, but you won't make them entirely weak and unusable. So, but once things like that are in play, once people need SPS to vote for these big things, once people need to keep their validators on top, because validator voting will be cumulative, right? You could be in the top 21 and then somebody else comes along and buys enough SPS to push you out. You have to get more votes onto yours to push you back in. There will always be a race for that bottom. And who's those last few people earning? I've seen this happen in Hive, and it's one of the reasons why those big accounts have to hold a lot of Hive in any delegated proof of weight system, including the BSC chain, which runs similar. You have to have some accounts that just hold massive amounts of tokens just to be the people that run the chain and run the validation. Then land comes out, cards get more rare, and SPS is probably going to be tied into some benefits into land and things like that. And we continue to have more things come out, more things like Waka, more vouchers, and that will all push value back into SPS. But it's going to take time until the airdrop ends and until people are logging in every day and just getting a lot of SPS dumped on them in a market where things are just going down. People are going to sell. And the very top end people in Splinterlands are smart people. They've been around this for a long time. They understand that they can just keep pushing SPS down, and then when the airdrop gets ready to end, they can take all that cash they've been hoarding since they've been selling SPS and pushing it down, and just bulk buy it at that little price, and now they got a ton more SPS than they would have in their airdrop. There are people out there who are trying to do that, and it's going to be an interesting thing, in my opinion. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see the way to buy one more. Maybe I'll watch some other streams and see if somebody told me you could do that. How the hell do you change this one? Does anybody know? I mean, he's sold out now, so I don't think I can. I don't know. And I think me trying to figure out how to change that one, I mean, it took me just a few seconds to realize, click here to buy. So I didn't see how to change that. Oh, you use more than one window. Okay, well that makes a little more sense, OC, but that's a little gamification. Again, I'm an old man. I click slow. I'm just glad I got one. No. Yeah, I know, right? The people who hate the summoners they don't have don't realize they're going to have a chance to get summoners that are just as strong and are made to fight those summoners. Literally, the Untamed set has Kitty Llama Kron, and those people, and the dice set is going to, I mean, the Chaos Legion set is literally being brought to board to battle those cards. If you don't think these new legendary summoners are going to be strong, you underestimate the team and the way that they're going to make you want to buy more packs, because when you see that first legendary summoner for one of those teams and you're like, oh my god, I have a chance to get that card, and it might only be 10, 20, $30 as opposed to a Jotun or a Llama, because that seems to be your legendary start. Those packs will start to get moved and things will start to happen and the game will start to be better. And you guys are keeping me here. Thanks for the engagement. But I am going to go. I do have to get ready for work. I have a meeting in about an hour. I got to check in and make sure nobody was looking for me. And hopefully they weren't watching the stream unless they're really, really big fans of Splinterlands, because don't want to get in trouble. Waka will be a problem in silver, but only in tournaments. I think if you bought him, he's max level. I don't think a lot of silver players spent the money to buy a max level card. So if you're somebody who plays in the tournaments, and tournaments are a good way to make a bit more money in the game, if you can compete at it, just know that, like, here, Dice and Chaos Legion, Modern Golden Rules, anytime $1,000 tournament, I'll go ahead and enter that because I can use. Oh wait, this is gold cards. Never mind. I can't enter that. I don't have a gold collection. But in this one, Chaos Legion only, bronze edition, this little like SPS sit and glow, you can use Waka here, and in silver you can use Waka here. So I can hop in those. These are those ones they have going by the bot that are just 16 players anytime sit and goes, so they stay open until they fill up and then people can play in them. And then you might see Waka, like here, no legendary. You won't see him in this one, but you could see him show up. I'm trying to think if there's an example. That's a no legendary. I don't know. Well, here. Okay, so this 175 SPS silver shield Newt's Recriting. So if you wanted to play in this and you were a silver player, you'd have to probably deal with Wakas being in that for sure. Yeah, be great, everybody. Like you said, take care of yourselves and have a good day. And look for my other posts coming out about Gold Steve and the Town Hall recap